Hey guys, welcome back to another Maker Monday. I am back to share a project that I wanted to complete for one of my girls. Um, and I figure I would go ahead and turn on my recording on my computer so that you can see what I'm doing. So, um, sorry about that. What you're looking at right now is my Cricut design space. I am using beta v5.2.14 if that makes any difference to you guys. So what I plan to do is make a few vinyl projects, and I'll also be reviewing the EMigoo standard grip mats for my Cricut Maker. I'm not sure if I'm going to use the stencil in this video, but I will be using the mats to cut the vinyl. And I'll share with you guys my honest opinion on those mats. They do come through in a pack for $12.99, and they are on Amazon. I will link the information down below this video. The first thing is I went to this site right here, and this site is called Dafont.com, and they have all kind of different fonts that you can download onto your computer. And my daughter is going to school to be a sign language interpreter, and so I thought it would be cool to do something for her for to have. She also does art and different things like that as well. So I found this American Sign Language font right here. It's 100% free. I downloaded it onto my computer. You can also donate to the author, give them a little money for using their font. So I downloaded onto my computer and I am using it to create my project. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here to the left hand side, and I am going to type. Before I type, right up here in the font window, I did put my font that I wanted to use in there, and it is American Sign Language. In order to find whatever font you want to use, you can always click on fonts, and when you click on fonts, all of your fonts are going to come up, and these are the fonts that can be found in Cricut Access, as well as the ones that are on your system. You can even change it here where it says system or it says Cricut. I always go to systems because I do have a lot of fonts already from my Silhouette as well as on my Mac, and the ones that I get from Dafont. So this is the script right here, or the font that I'm going to use, and so I just click that and now it is there. So right here in this box it says add text here. I'm going to put art gives me life. I don't know, just something that I wanted to put. So that is now my font that's on my screen. I'll put it up there and I'll make it big for you. And so this is what it will look like once it cuts out. I can go over here and click make it, and of course it's in black. Let's go cancel, and I don't know why that tote bag is on there, but that is my font. I'm gonna just change the line type to white, and that way when I click make it, you can see it shows up in white right here. So I don't want to use a 12 by 24 sheet of paper, because what it's trying to do is trying to cut it out. It thinks I want to cut it out like in a straight line, so I don't want to do that. So I'm just going to click cancel. Again, I'm going to take this tote bag out of there, and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to change that back to black just so we can see it better. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to shapes, and I'm going to grab a square, and I'm going to go right up here to the proportion lock, and I'm going to uncheck that lock. I measured my bag, and my bag, okay, so the reason why the tote kept coming up on the screen is because I was looking in templates, which is right over here to the left, and I was trying to see if there was a template for a like a art pouch, because that's what I have. It's like one of these pouches from Tuesday Morning, and I'll share that with you guys towards the end of the video. It's a canvas pouch with a zipper, and I was looking to see if there were any canvas pouches and templates. They didn't have any. I went under totes, and that's how totes keeps popping up on my screen. Templates is great to use if you're going to make a shirt or something like that, because you can actually click that, find the shirt size that you need, and you can kind of guesstimate how large you need for your design to be. In this case, um, they didn't have a pouch, so I'm just going to make my template. I measured my pouch, and it is about 9 inches wide, and it is 6 inches high. I'm just going to click enter, and this is the size of my pouch. So now I kind of have an idea of how big the face of my pouch is. So with this, because, let me turn that off. Because this is all in a straight line, I typed it all together. You gotta you could either go in and like delete some of it. I'm gonna make it really easy for us. I'm gonna X that out. Gonna go back to text. Gonna type the word art. Come out of it. I'm gonna type the word gives. I'm gonna come out of it. So that's gives. That's art. And I'm doing this because number one, it's easier. Gives me. It's easier for me to do it this way and have separate words than to try to separate the words myself. And I'm gonna go text, and type life, and come out of that. And so now I have my 3 images that I could put on the face. Okay, this I'm gonna change the color. Let's change that up so that we can see it better. And now I can see how it's going to look on my canvas. So going to put them on there, and I want these two, and I'm just holding. I just clicked on one, held down Shift, and picked up the other. Let me put them a little bit closer together because I want these two to be about the same. I wanted life to be bigger than all the rest because that's the way I wanted it. And then I wanted me to be a little bit, a little bigger too. And then these two, like I said, I want them to, I don't know why they're not, put those together. So I could just group them, right? Group these together. And so here's my pouch, and this one I want to make bigger, but I'm going to put that on, I want to put this on the same line. And it doesn't really matter if it's not all together right now the way I need it to be, but just kind of get an idea of what it would look like once I put it on my pouch. So take that down a little bit. So I think that would be really cool on the face of my pouch. So you could do this a couple of different ways. You could, first off, I could take this box and I can turn off the cut of that box so that I don't cut the box because I don't need the square around it. I could keep it and just use it for weeding purposes as well, because this is going to be vinyl. So I could keep it for weeding purposes. I need to also Let me turn it off real quick. I need to also take all three of these. Now, you could leave them the way they are, or you can align them so that they're already ready for you to iron onto something. I can go up here to align and say center, and that way now I know that everything is aligned properly. And then I can group all of these together so that they don't cut out separate. And it should, let me see if I click make it. It should, yeah. Oh no, it's not doing it right. Okay, so you guys know that with anything with me doing these Cricut videos, it's all me. It's, it's a learning process as well for me. So I think I'm going to have to, let's see if I weld them together and then click make it. Okay, so I welded them all together, and now this is the way that they will cut on my vinyl, which is the way I wanted to cut. However, I do need to mirror this because this is going to be iron on vinyl, so I would just mirror that. If you want to make it easy on yourself, you could draw a boundary box around it so that when it cuts out on your vinyl, you also have a box around it and you're not having to go back in and try to cut this out of the vinyl. So I'm just going to click cancel, and I'm going to turn this back on, and I'm going to keep that box. So let's use that and use that, and see if I weld it. Nope, that's not it. So I'm going to go back, click that, and I'm going to click this, and I'm going to say attach. Okay, so now it's attached. Let me see if I click make it, what it looks like. Okay, that's great. And then I'm just going to mirror that image. And now this is going to be ready for me to cut out and use on my little pouch. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this out using the mats that I was sent from EMigoo, and I will share with you guys my completed project and my review of those mats. So I will be back soon. Thanks, guys. All right, guys, this is Gloria. I am back. I am going to go ahead and create my design using these cutting mats from EMigoo. I will link their information down below. They are a company on Amazon that sells these cutting mats for your Cricut maker, and I believe you can probably use them in any type of Cricut and maybe your silhouette as well. So this one I wanted to bring to your attention. It says that it holds a variety of media weights from copy paper and cardstock to fabric. It comes 3 in a pack. So what I plan to do is write on each one of my mats, maybe at the bottom down here, and I'll put material or fabric, I'll put vinyl, and then I'll put cardstock on the third one. That way I know what I'm going to use each one of them for. So that's just a little tip. If you guys have a 3-pack of these, you may want to go ahead and label yours, because like when you're using fabric, you kind of want to always use that mat for fabric, because using fabric, some of the fibers are going to be left on your mat. So anyway, I have this heat transfer vinyl that I picked up from Tuesday Morning, and it came in these gorgeous colors. So I think that I'm going to use this one right here, the black glittery one, for my project. Because this is heat vinyl, you're going to put it on upside down, where this glittery part is facing down onto the mat, and you're actually going to cut on the back side of this. That way, because your image is mirrored, you can weed it and all that good stuff. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get my mat loaded with this. I'm not going to cut it prior to putting it on there, but you definitely can. You can go ahead and cut this down to size. That way you know that you're only using just part of your heat transfer vinyl, because you guys know this stuff can be kind of expensive and we don't want to waste any of it. So anyway, I will be back once I cut it and load it into my Cricut Maker. Hey guys, I am back. I just laid my vinyl down on my mat. This is a brand new mat, and as you can see, it is rolling back up. I'm not sure why it's doing that. But I did lay it down, and I kind of tried to, sorry for my ashy hands as well. I just washed my hands, but I'm trying to let it lay down on here, and it is just continually trying to roll up off of the mat, which is not very good. So let me grab some washi tape and put washi tape maybe at the top and the bottom. I also want to pull out one of my Cricut mats just to see if that happens with the Cricut mat. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, guys, so this is one of my Cricut mats, and I have laid it down, laid the vinyl down on top of it. And as you can see, it's doing the same thing that the EMigoo mat was doing. The vinyl is actually rolling back up, as you can see down here. So I just wanted to kind of bring that to your attention so that you won't think, oh, this mat is not working well. It doesn't work like the Cricut mats. It works actually exactly like the Cricut mat does. It rolls up as well. So I'm going to take it back off of this mat, put it back on the EMigoo mat, and I'm going to put some washi tape on the ends of it so that it'll kind of hold it in place. So I'll be back. All right, guys, so I have my heat transfer vinyl taped down to my cutting mat. I just used some washi tape, and I am going to insert it into my Cricut Maker. And I'm doing this one-handed, so please forgive me. I'm just gonna hit the button to put that in. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and set up my laptop to go ahead and cut the vinyl, and I'll be back to share with you guys what happens. Okay, guys, so I have my maker set for glitter iron on, and it's asking me for the fine point blade, and my machine is blinking. So I'm just gonna hit the little button on the machine, and I'm gonna go ahead and let it work. Alright guys, so I will be back once it's finished cutting, and I will share with you guys what it looks like before I put it on the pouch. Alright guys, this is what it looks like when it came out of my Cricut Maker. And as you can see, it cut, but it didn't do a perfect cut. Like, look right there where the V is. Not a very perfect cut. I don't know if it's the mat or if it's how small the font is, because, you know, this came out much better than this did up here. And this is smaller up here. So I think I'm going to kind of change how I'm going to do this, though, on the pouch. Only because I think that I need it to be larger than what I made it. Because up here is just kind of small, and I'm not even sure if this is going to weave correctly. So I'll, you know, figure that out. But in any event, I will come back and share with you guys the project however I complete it. Hey guys, yes, so I am back, and I was trying to weed my vinyl that I just took out of my Cricut Maker, and this mat is not, although it's sticky, as you can see, it is not holding the vinyl in place so that I can weed it. And unfortunately, This vinyl does not have that clear carrier sheet on there that will help, you know, the pieces to stick to the the back, if you know what I mean. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my other vinyl that should have a carrier sheet on it, and I'm going to try that instead. I think this is kind of a fail right here, so I'm going to try the smooth vinyl instead, and hopefully that has a carrier sheet and it's easier to weed. So I'll be back, guys, to share with you guys that, you know, not all the time when we have projects in our mind does it come out the way we think it should come out. But I don't, you know, I'm not sure if it has anything to do with the mat or if it's this type of vinyl. Because like I said, normally it has like a clear carrier sheet on the back in order to help you to weed the pieces out. So in any event, I will be back to share with you guys the smooth vinyl and see if that works for me. Alrighty, guys, I am back, and here is what I've done so far. Not sure, I was thinking about going back and stamping with some of my um, alphabet stamps. I was going to put stuff right here because this spells out art. I know I was going to put stuff right here, but I'm not sure exactly if I'm going to just leave it the way it is so that I won't mess it up, because I do love the way it looks, or if I should go back in and do some stamping. I also think that I want to make a little charm that goes on the top where the zipper is, and then I'll clean up some of this thread that is coming off of here. But for the most part, it's all done. When I did increase the size of the image, this glitter vinyl worked out, you know, better for me, and I was able to weed it, as you can see, and put it on the bag. I also plan to make a sweatshirt with her name going across the front of it, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use glittered vinyl or if I'm just going to use regular vinyl, so we'll see about that. But in any event, the mats from EMigoo are very much like the mats that you can pick up from Cricut. It's the same stickiness. It worked fine. I think that it was this vinyl that was giving me issues because, as you can see, I used the vinyl as well on the Cricut mats, and it did the same thing. It kind of rolled up. I would have had to tape it down the whole nine. So to get three mats for $14.99, I think it's a pretty good deal. If you have Prime, it is free shipping. And you have three mats where you can use one for vinyl, one for fabric, and then one for paper. So I think that works out pretty good. I have not used the stencil material. I'll try to use that, and I'll come back and share with you guys what that's like. I was thinking about using it to cut out the word stuff, and then using some fabric paint to do the stenciling on here. But like I said, I really don't want to mess this pouch up because I only have one, and I'm actually now pretty much out of the black glitter because the first time was kind of a fail with cutting the font smaller. So that is about it. So anyway, guys, this is how it came out. This is A, R, and T, and I'm going to do a charm at the top and maybe do some stamping at the bottom. Not sure yet. But in any event, that is it. If you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them down below, and I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. Take care, guys. Bye.